Gene flow is one of the key mechanisms of evolution. It describes how genetic material moves between different populations of organisms. Understanding gene flow helps us comprehend how species change over time and how populations maintain genetic diversity. Throughout this video, we'll explore what gene flow is, how it happens, and why it matters in the natural world. Gene flow is the transfer of alleles from one population to another through the migration of individuals. When organisms move from one group to another and reproduce, they bring their genetic material with them. This process introduces new alleles into the receiving population. Alleles are different versions of genes that determine traits like eye color, height, or disease resistance. Migration is the key driver of gene flow, whether it's animals traveling to new territories or plant seeds being carried by wind. Gene flow happens through two main processes, immigration and emigration. Immigration occurs when new individuals enter a population from elsewhere. These incoming organisms bring their unique alleles with them, adding genetic diversity to the group they join. Emigration is the opposite process, where individuals leave their original population to join another. Both processes result in the same outcome. Alleles are transferred between populations, changing the genetic makeup of both the source and destination groups. Let's visualize how gene flow works between two populations. Imagine population A and population B living in different areas. When individuals from population A migrate to population B and successfully reproduce, they transfer their alleles to the new population. This exchange changes the genetic composition of population B. The result is that both populations become more genetically connected. Over time, frequent gene flow between populations keeps them genetically similar and prevents them from becoming completely distinct species. Gene flow has two major effects on populations. First, it increases genetic variation within populations. When migrants introduce new alleles, the receiving population gains more genetic diversity. This increased variation is beneficial because it provides more raw material for natural selection to act upon and helps populations adapt to changing environments. Second, gene flow reduces genetic differentiation between populations. As alleles are exchanged, populations become more genetically similar to each other. This homogenizing effect counteracts the forces that would otherwise cause populations to diverge and become separate species. Gene flow occurs throughout nature in fascinating ways. Butterflies, like monarch butterflies, migrate across vast distances, spreading their alleles between populations on different continents. Salmon demonstrate gene flow by migrating from oceans back to rivers to spawn, connecting populations that otherwise live in separate river systems. Plants participate in gene flow when their pollen is carried by wind or animals to fertilize flowers in distant locations, or when seeds are transported to new areas. Humans have experienced extensive gene flow throughout history through migration, trade, and travel, which has mixed gene pools across the globe and explains why human populations share so much genetic similarity despite geographic separation. Despite the prevalence of gene flow, certain barriers can prevent or limit it. Physical barriers like mountains, rivers, and oceans can isolate populations by making migration difficult or impossible. When populations cannot physically reach each other, gene flow stops. Temporal barriers occur when populations breed at different times of the year or day, preventing them from mating even if they occupy the same area. Behavioral barriers involve mate preferences and courtship rituals. If organisms from different populations don't recognize each other as suitable mates or have incompatible mating behaviors, gene exchange won't occur. These barriers can lead to reproductive isolation, which is the first step toward the formation of new species. Let's review the essential concepts about gene flow. Gene flow is the process that transfers alleles between populations through migration, whether by immigration or emigration. It plays a crucial role in evolution by increasing genetic diversity within individual populations, giving them more variation to work with for adaptation. At the same time, Gene flow reduces genetic differences between populations by making them more genetically similar through allele exchange. However, various barriers including physical obstacles, timing differences, and behavioral factors can prevent or limit gene flow. Understanding gene flow is essential for comprehending how populations evolve, how species maintain genetic health, and how new species can eventually form when gene flow is restricted.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.